Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. It is Michelle Garside from Soul Camp Creative, and I am so excited to tell you about a very, very special event that is coming up. Many of you know, some of you might not, but I am part of the Women Media Group in New York City. I am on the planning committee. It is one of the greatest honors in my life to be surrounded by such unbelievable women in publishing and media. And I want to introduce you over to one of the other WMG members who is here with me today, Bridget Marmion. Welcome to the Soul Camp Creative Instagram, Facebook Live. And I'd love for you to share just a little bit about yourself and a little bit about this upcoming event that WMG is going to be getting out there.
Thanks a million, Michelle. And of course, as I admitted to you, I talk to my authors about doing these all the time, and I talk a great game, but of course I'm terribly nervous, naturally. But you'll deal with me, I hope. Anyway, yeah, I'm Bridget Marmion. It seems like 5 minutes ago that I was the VP of Marketing at Farris Giroux, and then at Random House, and then at Houghton Mifflin. But actually, it's over 10 years ago that I launched my own marketing firm, now called Bridget Marmion Book Marketing. And yes, as Michelle mentioned, we're both members of the Women's Media Group. And actually, I'm beyond excited. I'm actually quite honored to be able to bring to the Women's Media Group I think, frankly, two of the most accomplished women in American culture. And they are Rose Styron and Gail Papp. And on September 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll repeat the details later, but we'll have the pleasure of talking to Rose Styron and Gail Papp about memoir. So if you care about reading, if you read memoirs, if you're thinking about writing one and like some tips, we just want to hear about some really interesting lives. I hope you'll look at your calendar and plan to join us.
So good. And I know so many of you who are watching this, you come to Soul Camp Creative or you're part of the Soul Camp community because you have a story within you. You have a message that you want to get out there. You want to write it in a memoir. You want to write it in an essay form. You want to get it out of your head, out of your heart into the world. And I can't think of two better people. And the event is moderated by Bridget, but with Rose and with Gail, just such accomplished in the memoir space. So if you are interested in learning about how to write a memoir, getting some tips and tricks on how to get it out into the world, do not miss this event. I will link it below. You'll see all the details. But again, it is on September 26th. That is a Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it's open not just to WMG members, but to all of you all watching. So I hope you will join us. Bridget, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else that I missed?
I'd love to tell you just a little bit about Rose Styron and Gail Papp in case you don't know. You probably recognize the name Styron and the name Papp, but just let me tell you a little bit about the other half of each couple. Rose Styron is the longtime wife of Bill Styron, who of course is the author of Sophie's Choice and Darkness Visible, among other American classics. And Rose herself is a poet, a journalist, and a longtime civil rights activist, international civil rights activist. In fact, she's one of the founding members of Amnesty International USA. And she's a great storyteller as well. And her book opens with the first time she's smuggling documents about the disappeared out of a country which just had a coup. So it starts strong and gets better. So that is Rose Styron. And Gail Papp worked alongside her husband, Joseph Papp, the legendary producer, director, as he founded the Public Theater, where Gail was the director of New Works Development. And in fact, it was Gail Papp who was responsible for some of the public's best known productions, including Larry Kramer's The Normal Heart, and The Mystery of Edwin Drood by Rupert Holmes, and so much more. Gail and Joe Papp were married in 1976 and were together until Joe's death in 1991, and Gail continues as a trustee of the Public Theater, and of course, a great supporter of Shakespeare in the Park. And the one thing that struck me And the reason I'm so thrilled that with help from Carol Honig, another WMG member, we're privileged to bring these two greats together, because the thing that pops out immediately is what remarkable partnerships each of them had with their legendary husbands. And also, the reason, frankly, we went this far is that, as Michelle mentioned, they're also have done these memoirs, and they're both excellent writers because they're bringing you great stories. So I hope you'll come and join us to meet Rose Styron and Gail Papp and ask your questions of these great people who've now written some interesting memoirs and have tips for you.
Amazing. Yes, this is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity to get in front of some of the legends, the greats, get your questions answered. Oh my gosh, hearing about Shakespeare in the park and the public, just get me back to New York City now. Get me out of Connecticut. I'm just kidding. But truly, I hope you all will join us. This is a rare opportunity to meet and get to know and get questions asked by legends in this space. So I will link the information below. Again, any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I hope to see you all there. Bridget, thank you so much.